Hi, I'm Delilah.
And welcome to Lip Gloss. Episode 2.
No, we finished our first episode.
Yes.
Hopefully you watched.
Hopefully you loved it.
Yes.
Please give us feedback about anything, but also if it's anything technical, like please be nice to us. Although we are women in men's fields, we're not women in STEM fields. Like this is all very new to us.
We have tech stuff. And if anyone wants to help us for free, let us know.
Yeah, if anyone wants to do some community service work with us.
Exactly.
We will
mutual aid.
Yes, we will take the petty help. We will.
We will.
Oh my god, I feel good about recording our first episode. I feel like it's nice. Something is on camera, captured.
Exactly.
Mic was on
camera, on audio, the mixed media usage.
Yes.
It's all good. It's like, wait, what do you... Like, what's like our goals for the podcast? We should share with our audience. So
Okay, and I like the idea of saying the goals. It's like we're putting it out there, you know?
Exact manifestation.
Yes, and like obviously we have the normal goals as any other podcast, you know, lots of views, lots of subscribers, popularity, people enjoying and interacting with it, and
True.
you know, creating a cute little community. But I feel like I have some more goals on top of that. I think my goal for the year, I want us to get in like a little scandal.
Okay. Elaborate.
Nothing too crazy, nothing too like intense. I don't want any of us to get canceled. I mean, I know my tweets are good.
Don't.
I've never said a derogatory slang towards anybody on my social media. But I don't know, I want some sort of like beef, some sort of like drama. I don't know with who. Not with anybody that I really like, because that would make me sad. But it's just something that like gets the people talking about us. I love a little scandal.
Okay. I would love to be a part of Sloop Media. Sophia Franklin, we're big fans of you. We took your side in the divorce.
Yes.
Or our own media group. That would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
And for that, we'd have to blow up. So that's you guys' job.
Yeah. So get on your Zoom, get on your Lip Gloss podcast viewing and following and subscriing.
Exactly.
Thanks so much. And rating 5 stars.
Yeah. Don't let us keep filming in my apartment.
Yeah.
No, it's actually very nice in here. It's very spacious. It's cooler than it looks. What else would you?
I would love, and honestly, this is a goal that I think we could probably do kind of easily, is I would love to get some like incel rage bait going on.
Okay.
Like,
interesting.
I would love to like get a clip of us circulating on like the incel algorithms and like them just like...
You see how controversial she is? I'm like, I want us to get more resources. She's like, I want someone to fight us.
You're like, I want to get a studio and have a media company and a producer. I'm like, I want incels commenting to kill yourself.
And I'll be like, okay, thank you. I was bullied in middle school, so...
No, listen, I think...
worse than that.
I think it's not that hard to do. Like, we could really think about it.
Yeah.
And think of, like, what we could do.
Yeah,
No, not getting canceled, getting incel rage bait. All we have to do is say that, like...
Women of color, we're already halfway there.
Yeah, right? That's why I'm saying it can't be that hard.
Yeah.
So that's a goal of mine.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll say a real goal. I would love to, obviously we'd love to have guests, but I also would love to be guests on other podcasts. That's definitely cool. And one of my favorite podcasts is So True with Caleb Haynes. Love that podcast. So I would love to be on that one. And they film in New York, or he's in New York right now, so it's something we could do.
Yeah, he's in Brooklyn right now. For now. Before he goes back to California, or Kansas, or Missouri, or Chicago. But Caleb, if you're watching this, or anyone who's friends with Caleb, we know the comedy sphere in Brooklyn is quite large. Let him know, please.
Let him know, and let him know that we are up and coming emerging talents. We're the next big thing.
Don't make us cosplay as non-binary baristas. Please.
Okay. These are good goals. I like these goals.
These are feasible, attainable goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think we're good.
I think that's... I love putting out a goal. It's manifestation.
It's true.
All these things will happen.
Yeah.
We will get signed to a media company. We will be on the So True podcast. We will get a studio and a producer and someone to help us editing.
Let Me Say This. That's also a great podcast.
True. We will make Incel Rage Bait.
We will. Sarah will, actually. Sarah will. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. We have so much to talk about, actually.
We do. We have so much.
What are we
spoke so much Love Island last episode. We didn't get to what we actually wanted to.
Yeah, so now we have real things to talk about.
We do.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's officially July, so that means the end of Pride Weekend
in America.
Sure. Does Pride Weekend happen in other months in other countries?
Well, there's like Pride Month in America in June, but it's in different places. Like, I think right now it's in England. There's Pride Weekend.
Really? Wait, I didn't know that.
England, because the UK is not. Or they Brexited, I suppose.
Okay.
What that was about.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that. Well, actually, in California, parts of California celebrate Pride, have their Pride parades in like September, because it's like the desert, so they don't want to do it in like August or July, June, July.
Honestly.
So that just goes to show you that if you're gay, every day is Pride Weekend for you.
I mean, honestly, if you live in like East Williamsburg, every day is Pride Weekend for you.
But it was Pride Weekend last weekend in Manhattan.
It was.
Which we partook in. You partook in it more than me.
It's true. I did celebrate Pride quite literally. No, we celebrated like 2 days together. We were together.
We
Friday
celebrated 2 days. I didn't do Saturday.
Oh, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Friday we went out to Boyfriend Co-op, located is it in Bed-Stuy? Or is it in Bushwick? It's like kind of on the border. It's like in Myrtle Stop. It's kind of Bed-Stuy. We did that. We went there. We played bingo. It was drag queen bingo.
The drag queens were so good. The girl
very
came
talented.
out.
Into the street.
We couldn't even get a table inside. We were outside, but I had my dollar and I was waving it outside the club in the hopes that she would see it. And sure enough, she did. She comes out into the street. She takes my dollar, and then she fully goes into the road and does a little twirl in the road, and then comes.
It was fantastic.
So I had to give her a $5 after that. Like, I had to. She went above and beyond.
That's her straight service.
She risked her life. She risked her life. As an attorney, I saw the potential hazards that could have come of that.
That's true. She was right below the BFM in Brooklyn. That's honestly a real dangerous stop if there's some cars coming. As a person who drove into Brooklyn that day to go, this is a dangerous stop.
So I had to give her my $5. The one was to get her out there, and the $5 was to thank you for her service.
And she went in that street. She was in the middle. Almost went to the other side.
We didn't win bingo, but I had told
not at all.
I had told you that if I had won, I would give you the cash prize as your Pride present. So I'm sorry. I
did have Monica pay my
our friend Monica
card. Yeah, our friend Monica. Hi, Monica. She knows who she is. She's our only friend with that name. Then Saturday, me and Monica went to a lesbian party on Saturday morning.
And did you flirt with any lesbians?
Lesbians are crazy there, let me tell you that. But they're beautiful, and they know that.
That didn't answer my question.
I didn't. No. That's
so
right.
No.
I did not.
So no.
Well, not on purpose. I've been told I have a flirtatious presence.
Oh.
So, thank you.
Who told you that?
Both men and women, actually.
Oh.
Happy Pride. Not there, but before.
Okay.
But it was very fun. Music was great. Women were beautiful. There was a drag performance there too. We made hats. My hat is in the corner of my apartment.
You made a hat?
Will not be seen. Yeah, I'll show you after. It's not nice though. It's not good. Let me say that.
You all can picture in your mind what you think the hat is.
It's from Circa. Circa sponsored the hats. AKA they just gave a bunch of free hats and they were like, decorate this.
Cute.
It was at a rooftop in Lower West Side, right by the High Line.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, it was very cute. Then afterwards, we went to Dyke March, which happens on the Saturday right before the General Pride March on Sunday. And we had a sign that we stole from the end of the party that said "Hi Gay," and we were waving that, and everyone was waving to us and saying hi. And it was great, and it was incredibly hot. And then after that, we were like, number one, did not want to go in that Washington Square Park fountain because, I'm sorry, the bacteria in there, I couldn't do it. And if you're any of my friends who did go in that fountain who I know did and got sick, I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry. Girl, why'd you go in that fountain? You know damn well that thing is dirty.
It was some of my first prides. They had to go in the fountain. I, for one, was never going to go in that fountain. This is my first Dyke March. I did not go in.
Would you rather have jumped in the Washington Square Park fountain or the East River?
Washington Square fountain.
Okay.
East River definitely has dead bodies.
Yes.
I don't want to be there. It's like the Lake Lanier of like the East Coast. I don't need to be going in there. But the Dyke March was incredibly fun. We also saw Abby Jacobson from Broad City. That was fantastic. She did not say hi back to us, but I don't think she heard us because there were like thousands of people marching. And then after that, we went to Monica's sister's apartment and we just chilled there.
That's cute.
Because we were at first going to be like, okay, let's like regroup and drink water and stop sweating. And then we did the gayest thing we know, which is watch music videos. And yeah, then we didn't stop. And then we just watched the video until like 12. And that was the rest of our Saturday night.
But I think that's actually very lesbian core of you to party in the afternoon and then stop around 6 o'clock.
And I think that's what we should be doing as a population. Like I, for one, I love a good night at Henrietta's, and we'll get to Sunday. We went to Ginger's. My first time going to Ginger's. And Sarah's too, but she's straight, so it doesn't count. I'm kidding.
Well, hold on, the story's not over yet with me.
But I do think that gay people as a whole, we should darty more. Like, I think we should do more darties. I think we're doing a lot of nighttime circuit events. Let's leave that to the
That's for the gay men,
queers.
Honestly. That's for the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the
I
males.
love a good coffee hour. Because you know how many people we met at that party? It was actually Kiss Your Friends. Gotta give them a shout out. You look on Instagram, literally at Kiss Your Friends. Also, shout out to House Party. I was wearing Emma DeMarco's shirt last episode. Thank you. But yeah, we should as women have more darties. That's my opinion. And I think non-binaries would support that too.
I mean, I think every lesbian I know does not like to leave the house when the sun goes down.
That is
like
mostly true. Yeah.
So I think that aligns with y'all's values.
Well, I'm biased, so I can't speak for them.
Y'all,
yeah.
the lesbian viewers out there.
Yeah. Then Sunday, we went to Washington Square Diner. We saw people mess the fuck up because it was hot.
Listen,
once again,
Sunday was like the day of like the main Pride Parade, the queer liberation parade.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the day. All the corporations love to make a flow to pretend like they care about Pride for the day, even though they're silent all other days.
Queer people from movies, from media, supporting bills against queer
removing
people.
D&I groups in their
removing rights for trans people, medication, etc.
But they love to make a little flow on that one day.
They do. I'm really surprised the Republican Party didn't have one there. The Republican National Convention.
Yeah. So that's what happens that day. It took me probably an hour of walking the same 3 blocks just to try and get to you guys.
Quite literally.
And this is about to make us sound maybe a little bit old, but back in the day, they did not lock
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Or maybe even I don't remember. I think a little bit before COVID too, but
a little bit after COVID actually.
They did not lock down Manhattan as much as they do now for the parade, to the point where you literally cannot get anywhere because it makes no sense. And it's also the fact that like it's constantly changing because the parade is moving, right? So you'll ask somebody like, oh, can I cross the street on 10th? And they'll be like, yeah. And then you get to 10th and then it's closed. Off. And then you're like, well, where can I cross the street? And they're like, you can't. Suffer.
Literally. Quite literally in the afternoon, the parade was still going, and we left to go to my friend's birthday party at like 5:45. It took us to go from CVS to the 1, and you know where the 1 is. You've been to Greenwich Village. You know that CVS, that big one right off the 1. It took us like 20 minutes to walk to the 1 from that CVS because of how blocked off the streets were. And that pissed me off because it was hot outside.
Yes.
And like the way the streets are blocked off this year, we're not even like they block it off right next to the parade. They blocked Christopher Street all the way down to the next block. And it's like, you think they're gonna riot? No, actually. What happens if there's a health emergency in CVS? How are you gonna get to CVS? Oh, sorry. You gotta go all the way down the block and back.
But then you get down the block and then they're like, oh, actually you have to go back the other way.
Exactly. And like, how are you gonna block the part that's like, you have the downtown and the uptown. We had to go uptown. We had to walk 20 minutes to get there. That was ridiculous. But anyways, we had a great rest of the evening.
We're back. We had to take a break because our camera died.
Sadly.
But we're back.
We're back.
Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, okay. So we were complaining about
Sunday traffic.
the parade, the all the blockades, but Manhattan Pride, back in the day, you used to just be able to join the parade. Granted,
Everything was pretty open.
the parade would last literally all day and night because of that. But I don't know, they don't let you do that anymore, which is interesting.
Yeah, like there's safety issues, but it's funny because like they put up all these safeguards this year, and there was way more safety issues at the end of the night than there ever have been in past years.
There was some pew-pewing at the end of the night. So
involving teenagers, which is crazy.
Yeah, and really sad and scary. I'm glad that we left when we did. We left like in the evening-ish.
Yeah, a little bit before 6.
Yeah, so we left before like it got dark, and the parade was kind of still going on when we had left.
The parade I think ended like at 8.
Yeah, so I think that's when like it got a lot rowdier because everybody
It was hot. It was very much giving do the right thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then after that, went to my friend's birthday party, which was a key. Then we went to Ginger's in Brooklyn, which is a gay bar. Some may say a dyke bar, but a gay bar, we'll say for the sake. That'll be bleeped out.
And I think it's funny because so early in the day we were with our other friend, and she was giving me a bunch of yarn that I was going to crochet with and use. So I was going around the whole day with this big ass bag of yarn, and imagine me walking into the lesbian bar with a huge bag of yarn. I felt like I could get any bitch in the building in that point, in that moment. No?
The straight woman. No.
I believe that. In my head, I was like, oh my god, I have, it's like I have,
She thought she had like a cape like in Harry Potter, except this one would like bring in magic pussy around her.
Yes.
And did that happen?
Okay, so me and you were sitting at the bar, and it's a cash only bar, so you went to the ATM. Once I found out it was a cash only bar, I was like, this is my sign to not drink anymore, because it was Sunday night and we had been out all day.
I had no work the next day, so.
I had work the next day. We had been out all day. It was hot, so like a lot of sweating. I was just like dehydrated in general. So I knew that like maybe this is a sign from God that I shouldn't drink. So I was like, whatever, I'm just not gonna drink. But you went to go get cash from the ATM. So I was left on my lonesome. And in the exact moment that you got up and left, this woman came.
Butch. Old school Butch.
Masked, yeah, Butch. Should we say her name?
If you want to. You know her last name?
No, I don't. What are the odds? Fuck it. So she, like in the exact moment that Delilah got up to leave is when she came to try and get a drink from the bar. And she says hi to me. I'm like, hi. You know, the thing about me is I love attention.
She does.
She
does. I'm not allowed to call parts for a chart, but yeah, she does.
I love attention. I love people that appreciate my beauty. Like I'm gonna appreciate you appreciating me.
Oh my god.
So, we start chatting a little bit, and she tells me her name, and she's like, "Oh, my name's Edna." I was like, "Edna," which I've never met a person in real life with that name, and I was like from The Incredibles.
Oh my! What did she say?
She laughed and she was like, you know, whenever I tell people my name, they either think it's Edna from The Simpsons.
Oh,
or
Edna Crabapple.
Or Edna from The Incredibles. And she's like, and that's how I know whether or not you're over 30 or not. And I was like,
really
oh,
smart actually.
Oh, she clocked me because, yeah, that's me. And I was like, I am under 30. These are facts. And then we talked a little bit more just about like the weekend. She was visiting from San Francisco. So
another gay from San Francisco in New York Pride. Fort Fawn Kitchen.
Lots of gays from San Francisco were met this weekend.
Or last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we chat a little bit, and then gets her drink. You come back. Our other friend comes. There. So you know, we're like, okay. And when she left, she's like, I'll see you later. I was like, okay, I'll see you later.
And what happened later?
Okay, and then I promise you, not not even like, in my head, 20 seconds. It
was like 20 minutes.
In my head, it felt like 20 seconds. I'm just like looking. I look over our friend. Our friend is like standing in front of me. I look like over her shoulder, and what do I see? I see Edna making out with some blonde bitch.
She wasn't blonde. She was brunette.
No, she's blonde.
Okay, well, she was making out with her brunette after that.
That whore.
This is a straight woman.
But it's like our time.
The language is crazy. This is what happens when you go to your first real gay bar. I've seen this shit happen repeatedly. This is what happens. Old school butches pull. You listened to the Leah episode of Caleb?
Yeah.
You should have expected this.
I was honestly upset. I was like, did our time mean nothing? And then she was like, I'll see you later. That later never came. I was forgotten instantly.
Because she doesn't chase.
No.
She doesn't work.
I attract.
And then the magnets repelled after those two people came up to her. And that was...
And that was it. That's the story of how I fell in love and got my heart broken within like a 2-minute span.
Sarah's first real gay experience.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's similar to a lot of lesbians' stories that I hear. So I feel like it was accurate.
You gay now?
You fell in love and then you got your heart broken with absolutely zero need for either to have happened.
Well, that's like everyone's experience in love. I fear that if we didn't have cycles of love.
That is true.
Yeah, that's why I don't go for old school butches. I feel like there's only heartbreak to happen there if you fall in love with them. That's how they run.
You know, I retract calling her a whore because it was Pride Weekend. It was the last day of Pride Weekend. So, like, if there's ever a time where you should be a whore, it's that day.
It's July, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna call this woman a whore. This woman belongs to
No, I retract it. I immediately...
community. A whore.
I retract immediately. You should have been a whore that day. But I felt forgotten in that moment. So, Edna, if you see this, you can still follow me on Instagram.
Girl, I don't even want to see what her Instagram looks like. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna look like what the dyke marks looked like. All titties, all stomachs, all chests. I know that's what she'd be pulling on there. And that's okay. That's what Pride is for. Kinks, queers, showing off your shit. You know, ditching straight women at gay bars. That's Pride.
But yeah, I'm upset that
It didn't work out.
That it didn't work out. And I'm also upset that like I had a small crush during Pride Weekend and you didn't.
And that's okay with me.
Okay. It's not okay with me.
Girl, I went to the dyke march. I saw all I needed to see. I saw thousands of attractive women looking at me and waving to me. That's all I needed.
Okay, you were fed.
I was fed. Women were fed.
As long as you were fed.
People have pictures of me from Dyke March. If you have pictures of me holding that sign waving, and some of you do, I don't know who you are though. You know what I look like? Send me those pictures. I don't know how to get them. You have pictures of you with your Canon, with your iPhone, send me them. Where did you post it? I know I looked good. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna change the topic, not too far off. We're still focusing on, East Williamsburg, but spanning out to the entire New York City area because Zoran won the Democratic primary. I am not a citizen of New York City yet, but Sarah is. Sarah, how was that experience for you?
It was so fun. It was my
Where'd
first...
you vote?
I voted... Yeah. Let me not dox myself, but I voted.
What you voted?
I voted early, which was...
Okay, that's cool.
Voting early is so chic, let me tell you.
Voting early is chic.
Like, what did I do? I woke up. I got myself a little coffee. I walked over to my polling location. No line. No one there. Oh, it was Sunday morning also, so I didn't even have to feel like I had to... interrupt my work, my lunch hour, none of that.
Yeah.
It was Sunday morning.
That's pretty good.
I walk over to my polling location with my iced matcha in hand.
With strawberry?
No.
No, but that's fire though. The strawberry.
It is fire, but I just need the matcha sometimes in the morning. Real. And then there's no line. I walk up, I do my thing. I do the rank choice voting. It's my first time going to New York, first time ever doing a rank choice ballot.
We should have had that in New Jersey.
It was interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little confusing. I used a account called Soft Power Vote. I hope I'm saying that right. Soft Vote Power. So one of those three, combination of those three words combined. And they had a really good, they had like several posts.
Explanations and stuff.
Yeah, like several posts like talking about like some of the best ways that you can rank choice vote on the ballot based on like the most progressive views, and so I used that, which was helpful. But yeah, it was a little confusing, I'm not gonna lie, and like I was like really double checking myself the whole time because like the
never know.
The dyslexic in me, like I know I could like accidentally, like I had to like make sure I was doing the rows correctly, everything. It was a lot of pressure for me because I really did not want to fuck it up, and I didn't want to like accidentally rank Cuomo. That would be devastating for me. So
that would have hurt.
So yeah, it was my first time doing all that, and it took all of maybe 5 minutes to do. I got my little vote early sticker, and then I walked, and then I got myself a little pastry afterwards as a
double treat,
as a treat for being a diligent citizen. But yeah, it was fun. It was my first time, like I said, my first time voting in New York, and it was exciting.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again, and I will be doing it again come November. Because I just feel really excited and like happy. I took a picture of my ballot. I don't know if you're allowed to.
There? Girl, I don't think you're allowed to.
Really?
Like you took a picture of like what you voted for?
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to share it or anything.
I didn't share it, but I have a picture.
Well, your first selfie probably can. Yeah.
Well, listen, I wanted to take a picture of it because I
remember.
I'm kind of a sentimental person, and I like the idea of just like having this picture of the time.
It probably doesn't matter like after the fact. You probably put it in like a scrapbook.
Yeah.
Before the earth burned.
Before the earth burned, I did vote for Zoran in the election, and I just want to keep that memory for myself. I wasn't planning on posting it. I didn't post it anywhere. But yeah, I think it's really cool. It's the first time for me in a long time that I've been excited about a politician. I feel like every politician I've voted for in my life has let me down.
You can continue. I'm thinking to myself.
Like literally every politician I've ever voted for has disappointed me in some way. And so all I think now in my head is like, I'm so glad he won. Please God, don't get added to the list of people that disappoint me. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like so many people that I've voted for, they have all these grand things that they say when they campaign. Then they get into their positions and suddenly all they seem to care about is just like
lobbying and money. Like, it's crazy because you could look up how much politicians get paid, and I cannot remember exactly off the top of my head, but like once again, I, a normal person who can qualify to run for Congress, can see how much I will get paid in advance. And the way so many politicians nowadays are truly relying on lobbying and this lobbying funds to determine their votes. It's like, are you the congressional authority representing, I don't know, the NRA, or are you the congressional authority representing like the 3rd District of New Jersey? Pick one. Because I know you're not representing me with those votes.
No, and it's just so frustrating because then it also just feels like what they're trying to do is like they're trying to, progressive candidates will come in, progressive, and then they'll just start watering down their platforms just to make themselves more palatable to people who were never going to vote for them regardless. And so it's just frustrating to watch as someone who does support them to be like, what are you doing? Like, these people don't support you. They're never going to support you. All you've done is alienate me, the person who actually wants to support you. So I'm just praying that Zoran does not get added to that list. Like, that would be so disappointing. I feel like it's the first time in a long time people have been excited about a candidate. And even people, obviously, you guys, because we live in our families are from Jersey, outside of New York, and if you don't, New York is such a huge city. Whatever happens in New York has ripple effects to its surrounding areas, including where our families live and are from, and it will also shape the political sphere in New Jersey just based off its proximity and how much sway and effect it has in its greater area, and also just in the entire country. The fact that people are paying attention to it all around the world is so interesting and so cool. And it just shows that, like, New York has always been that girl. People will always pay attention to it. Cities have outlasted countries all over the world. The city that my family's from in Lahore predates the country of Pakistan itself. So it's something that existed before the country was ever founded. And so it's always something to remember that, like, sure, the U.S. empire may fall, but the cities could
Will
be
always
strong.
be there. My parents met in New York. My parents both lived in New York
Yeah.
until they came to the greater state of New Jersey.
Yeah. So it's but it was really cool to vote for him. It was cool because I don't think you know this. So the night of the election, there was people having like election watch parties, but because it was our first time like dealing with like ranked choice voting, like we didn't realize, because usually on election night you find out like that night, but people were saying like with ranked choice voting it takes longer to get the results, so you might not get the results until like a week or so later. So when I sent like this election watch party to two of our friends, and our friend was like, oh, I don't even think the results are going to come out tonight, and I was like, oh damn, okay, well then like never mind. Sure enough at like 7:00 I get a text in another group chat that I'm in, and it's like Cuomo conceded, and I'm like,
or was it like 7 or like 9? Because then the polls closed at 8.
The polls closed at 8. I'm trying to think.
Though. It was like 8:15.
Yeah. Maybe it was around then.
Yeah. Because I think they start usually counting around like 6 because they get the mail-in stuff and early voting. But it was fast. It was. I mean, honestly, thank God he conceded. That was the first time I was happy that a politician conceded way earlier than they should have.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, it was the first time. First time I was incredibly disappointed was in 2016. If you know, you know.
Okay.
I hate that. But yeah, this is a really good thing, I think, for society.
And I'll
really
say,
motivating.
as like a Muslim girl, just growing up in and around New York, my parents both worked in New York their whole lives. My dad immigrated here to New York. Post 9/11, to go from like the amount of Islamophobia that went on in New York for like almost a decade after 9/11 to now having a potential to having a Muslim Democratic candidate, immigrant to be the mayor of New York. It's like, oh my God, we are so up. And it's just like something that like I genuinely didn't think would ever happen in my lifetime. And I feel like if you were to ask like my parents and like my parents' friends who like were adults during 9/11, so they really, like, I was 3, so I'm not gonna say that I felt the repercussions of it, but like my parents really did, and like their friends. And I feel like if you were to ask any of them, like, oh, could you see a Muslim mayor of New York in like
in the next
20 years? They would be like, hell no. So it's just really cool to see what's possible, what changes, and also just this idea of like it's just a nice feeling to know that like whatever feelings of just like harmful bigotry that it's happening currently, that doesn't mean that that's what's going to continue, and you don't know what 20 years is going to look like. So
that's true.
It's cool. It's a
lot
cool
is
feeling.
Possible.
It's cool. It's a cool feeling to feel like, I feel like we've been feeling for a long time like we're living in major historical moments for all the worst reasons, and it's really a good feeling to for the first time feel that way about a good thing.
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's incredibly motivating. And yeah, I mean, the race isn't over. You still have to vote in November.
Yes.
If you live in New York City, or you qualify to vote in New York City. Don't forget to vote. We won't tell you who to vote for, but we hope the last like 15-ish minutes told you who you probably should vote for.
Yeah.
And if not, maybe look and see who won the Democratic primary.
I think your goal should be to move to New York before the election so you can register to vote.
I need to make sure that New Jersey, we like make sure that it stays blue. I don't want to vote blue right now. I don't want to vote blue or red, actually. I'd rather vote for myself. But I need to make sure that New Jersey has a blue governor, because if we don't, it will hurt a lot. It'll even hurt New York.
It will. Of course it will. And I feel like this is the first time that I've been excited to be a Democrat, because I'll be honest,
it's been rough.
Up until this past year, if you asked me to my face if I was a Democrat, I would be like, it's not really giving. It's just not. It just feels like the Democratic Party at this point, the majority of it doesn't feel like a left-wing party. It feels honestly like a center-right party. That's what it is.
It does. It's like Republican light, but it's like really light in the sense of like they essentially have the Democratic mind or the Republican mindset, but won't do anything. Like, it's actually incredibly sad. Like, they're like, we're not as bad as them, and it's like, actually you're worse because you're
worse.
bystanders.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm voting for a person who I want to do action. I want you to make my life better. We should have free healthcare by now. Why do so many other nations have free healthcare and we still have to pay for it?
Remember when you would be in those assemblies in school about like bullying, and they would be like, don't be a bystander.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Yeah, they made us learn that so they could be like, oh, well, you know, sorry. Good luck. But what's really cool about Zoran is he's like young. He's like, what, like 33?
Yes.
This is what we need in office. We need younger people to come and actually represent the better needs and wants of our society today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people think, oh, well, not everyone should have free healthcare. Okay, well, forget about everyone. Do you want it? Do you want to have to pay for healthcare through your job? Imagine not having to pay like $500 to $600 a month. You know how much you could save with that? That's like $60 to $72 a year. 72,000. $6,000 to $7,200 a year. You know what you could buy with that? That's extra rent money, at least.
Okay.
With that being said,
But no, having a mayor that's progressive, not a dinosaur, and
attractive.
yes, hot. And you know, it's actually a requirement, I think, for for all politicians that they have to be hot.
Except for like Jay Pritzker. He's okay. He could stay ugly.
And our current redacted.
You mean like governor of New Jersey?
No, I mean
I thought that's what we were talking about. I was like, who are you talking about?
Donald J. Trump.
Oh, well, he doesn't need to be in office, period. We don't need to talk about the like that goes fork in kitchen. Some things are left unsaid.
True. But I also love, he honestly, being 33, having a 33-year-old mayor is so funny because like he has a digital footprint that's just like so funny. The fact that he was a SoundCloud rapper at one point, streamed Nani by Mr. Cardam.
Literally, and the fact that he found his wife on Hinge.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
That's crazy. Their marketing's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. I have to tell you the funniest story.
Okay, wait, what happened?
Okay, I was out to dinner with my mom. We watched The Materialist. We can get into that too. But we watched The Materialist and we went out to her dinner, and my mom, you know, she's a Pakistani mom. She wants what's best for me, and in her head, what's best for me is for me to get married. And I too would love to fall in love and get married, but like it's crazy how when she says it, she looks at me like, why is it not done yet? You know what I mean? It's like a homework assignment that should have been done already. I'm like, okay. But we were talking about it, and she was like, have you heard of Hinge? You should download Hinge. Do you see how down bad I am in this world that my mother, my Pakistani Muslim mother, is telling me to download Hinge? Please, please, a hot man hit my line for her. Don't even do it for me.
Please. Don't let my mother know what Hinge is. God. My mom and my dad had been dating since they were like literal teenagers. I think my mom was like 16 and my dad was like 19.
Oh, problematic age gap?
Well, they knew each other before.
I'm kidding.
Or maybe it was like 14, 7. I don't know.
My parents have
They've been together for a minute.
My parents have a 12-year age gap.
Dang.
And that's why they're separated. Sorry.
And that's lore. But, you know, like, at least they're cute. You know what, Zoran, his wife has an age gap of like 7 years.
Yes. His wife is our age. She's 27.
If anyone knows her birth date, could you please tell us? I don't need the year. I just need to know what her sign is. Like her sun sign.
What's Zoran's sun sign?
He's a Libra.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Libra.
That's why he's cute.
I think he's like October
Venus
23rd
ruled.
or something.
Hey,
Libra and an only child.
My Venus ruled bestie twin.
I wonder what his moon is though.
Okay, but yeah, so she was like, you should download Hinge. She was like, Zoran met his wife on Hinge. And I was like, I know. And I was like, you know, she's my age. I'm like, isn't that crazy? She's my age. Like, da-da. And my mom literally is like, I know, I'm so upset. She was like, if I had known about him before, I would have gotten him for you. Gotten him for me. Like, he's a fucking pair of shoes, she would have gotten him for me.
Girl, I would have gotten him when he was on sale. Don't worry. That's what.
She was so, like, I could see, like, the upsetness in her eyes. She literally, I know, she's actually so right, because if she really wanted her daughter to get married, it is her job to know of every hot, eligible man within a 20-mile radius of me.
And he's tall, too, so you know that's a hot commodity.
Yeah, so she kind of did fumble. She kind of fumbled a little bit on that one. But I'll forgive her, because we're all human, but, like, she fumbled majorly.
Yeah, sorry, Sarah's mom. You messed up.
You messed up, girl. You shouldn't. If you wanted it bad enough, you should.
You wanted it bad.
You should have gotten him.
You wanted him bad enough. But,
you know, it is a brown boy summer now. Have you heard this? Because of Zoran. And it's so funny because now I'm hearing so many people saying that, like brown boys saying that their moms are not giving them shit because they're like, Zoran is 33. He is the future mayor of New York. And he's married. It's like, oh no. Like,
I dated a brown boy. I don't need a brown boy summer ever again. One and done. That was it.
So... Well, it's a brown boy summer. You can't help it.
Not in my household. Not in my household.
So I think it's great. I'm glad that Zoran is now a nice image for they see mothers everywhere to compare their failure sons to. You know,
new example.
Like it's nice because the other people they were kind of lame, like the comparisons to people.
Who was it before?
It would be like random like cricket players or actors and
like
stuff.
Aziz Ansari, was he ever an option?
No.
No. I used to love that show, actually.
But, you know, it would just be people that were, like, definitely doing cocaine behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, that was very much their vibes. And you would be like, this is not a person to aspire to. But now we got someone. Now we really got someone.
Congratulations.
Well, don't say congrats. You should say I'm sorry to the brown boys of America now, because I don't know if they're ever going to be able to live up to this kind of...
Why am I? It's not my fault. I'm not saying sorry to anyone.
Okay, you're right. It's not my fault either.
It's no one's fault. Good luck to them.
It's actually your own fault, men.
Yeah, you're a man. Sorry.
Step your shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you not 33, married, and the future mayor of New York?
Exactly. Step your pussy game up.
You could be the future mayor of the city that you're from.
Girl, cut it right there.
Okay, so yes, that is our opinions and excitement on Zoran. Excited to watch this campaign go, and excited to, inshallah, see him be the mayor and see how that works out. And please, God, don't disappoint me like the rest of them. Anyways, I would love to talk to you about The Materialist. Because we went to, like we had said, we went to her friend's birthday during Pride weekend, and it was discussed at length. And when it was discussed at length so much, I was like, you know what? I think I need to watch this just to see.
Every friend hangout I've had for like the past month, we've discussed Materialists, and I saw it at an early showing with our friend Jordan, and we both left the movie. Let's just say that movie was a maximum on Letterboxd. Follow me on Letterboxd. I think I put it as a 2 out of 5, maybe a 1.5 out of 5.
Damn.
I did not like that movie. I was very disappointed. Very, very, very
What
disappointed.
disappointed you?
The movie before it came out was not marketed as a satire. It was marketed as a more serious thing, which I knew because I have an A24 membership thing, and I follow Celine Song stuff. So I'd known about it when they first announced it, and I was like, this is going to be good. It's a great... There's 2 really good actors leading it, one of which is not the woman leading it. But I was really just upset by the execution of it all. It very much felt like there were too many plot points. Things weren't properly researched that could have very easily been researched. A lot of it regarding finance. Well, Dakota Johnson's character is supposed to be making $80,000 a year.
Right. She
Before
says
tax.
that. She says that.
She says this. And the lifestyle she was living, I just could not believe sustainable for a person who makes $80,000 before tax. And before anyone's like, oh, well, you could if your parents are funding you. There's a point made in multiple scenes in the movie during flashbacks to show that she does not come from money whatsoever. She is of probably lower class-ish means.
Yeah.
In like a poor, like not poor, but like lower class suburbs probably. And then on top of that, this is a spoiler, because that part was kind of like a intro stuff you from the beginning. Spoiler. Chris Evans plays this constantly out of work actor who lives, I think, in Bushwick with his roommate, who's also an adult male. They're both like in their 30s, which is wacko.
He had two roommates.
Yeah, two roommates.
Yeah.
We don't really see one of them.
But we know that there's two
distinctly.
roommates.
It was very much giving like Beavers from Broad City vibes. But like he constantly drives his car around, and knowing about like New Jersey, like not New Jersey, but New York and Easy Pass and stuff, I'm like, how are you affording this? And number two, why can't you get a job in commercials? Like this man refuses to get a real acting job. Like, not that I'm saying that all actors make money, because clearly we learned with the union and things last year that like it's hard to like make a sustainable living as an actor unless you like make it really big. But like this man was acting in some community theater play and had only a side job as a caterer. I know you're paying at least like $1,500, $1,800 for rent with your roommates in this apartment in Bushwick or wherever it was, Williamsburg. With this car, I know how much car maintenance fees cost, especially when your car is shitty, because I had a shitty car once, and that shit was expensive. I just really didn't like it. I was like, Celine's song, if you needed some research, you could have quite literally asked any person on the street in Central Park, and they could have given you better research than whatever the fuck you did for this movie.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed because I loved Past Lives. Loved that movie down. Incredibly well made, well researched, because I think it was based off of her actual life. Whereas this movie, I quite literally think the production people were like, here's a concept, write it and film it. And she did, and she got the bag, and she got these big actors, and the movie just wasn't it for me. It wasn't it for me. I think if you're going for a little cutie time, it might be great, but if you're going to watch film, as some of us go to the movies to do, I didn't love it.
I think, okay, I feel like I agree that like it's not film. There's no Oscars. It's not up for any Oscars. I don't think
it somehow will be nominated for a Golden Globe. Mark my words.
Probably will.
And it better be for the Japanese breakfast song that came out of it.
I think my takeaway from it was like, I think it's an interesting plot point, interesting subject matter, interesting subject matter for sure. Really mid execution. I feel like there was a lot of points that like didn't really get fully like fleshed out. Like the main one really being that, you know, the whole storyline has to do with Dakota Johnson's character picking between a man who is this broke out of work actor, but she has
ex-boyfriend.
Is technically her ex-boyfriend, so she has this history with him. The reason why they broke up in the past was over money, and had that he couldn't even afford to like go to like a nice restaurant on their anniversary, or couldn't even afford to like pay for the parking to park his shitty car somewhere in order to go to the restaurant.
He had to park like all the way in some faraway lot.
Versus this man, Harry, played by Pedro Pascal. He is very, very wealthy, has a beautiful apartment. It seems to be perfect in all the ways that you can be like perfect on paper. You know, he's over 6 foot.
Very like Sweet Home Alabama vibes.
Yeah. And the movie just kind of centers around her sort of going back and forth between these two men. And in the beginning of the movie, she says that she wants a man who's really rich, and that touched the mic. I'm so sorry. The beginning of the movie, she talks about how she wants a man who's really rich, and that's kind of what gets her to be interested in Pedro Pascal's character. And it seemed like for the whole time that they were together, they had like a good relationship going. Obviously, so one thing that happens in the movie is that something happens to one of her clients, and it really like shakes her up emotionally, and she feels like she needs to talk to somebody, and she ends up calling her ex, Chris Evans' character, instead of Pedro Pascal's character, who was like her current boyfriend at that point. So it's this understanding of like, even though her current boyfriend is this like wealthy man that gives her everything she wants materially, the person that she feels emotionally safe with and comfortable with is this broke out of work actor.
Who's also like a little mean to her. He's just very rude. I didn't like that.
You thought he was mean to her? Wait,
Like, I
when?
didn't think he was mean, but I just thought he was like, he's very blunt. Like, in the beginning, he was like flirty and things, and like the wedding scene was perfect, but like there were just points where he was just very like matter of fact and cocky, and I'm like, I'm sorry, broke men should never laugh. Why are you acting like this?
This is true.
Like, not to be classist, but he also was giving short king energy there, and I was like,
Oh, this is true.
heavily, and that was off-putting to me because I was like, how tall are you, Chris Evans?
Well,
But
you might not be able to read it properly, but up here we have written clear as day. I have never been friends with a short man in my life. Don't trust them. They are mean. They want to kill you.
No, quite literally. And this man was trying to kill her by giving her a heart attack.
But okay, here's the things that like took me out of it. Oh wait, let me just finish my point. Is that eventually like Pedro Pascal's character and Dakota Johnson's character had the conversation where they're like, we don't like each other that much. We like each other on paper, the ideas of us, but we don't actually like eeach other. And to me, it was like, I felt like that wasn't really shown in their story. It was just suddenly announced. Like, it felt kind of sudden when they brought it up to me. I was like, oh, I thought things were going well. But I guess not. Like, that wasn't really depicted in what you've shown me so far. So it felt really weird out of nowhere, that like breakup between them. Spoiler. But the thing that I could not take seriously was that in the movie, Dakota Johnson's character finds out that Pedro Pascal's character got a surgery to increase his height by 6 inches. And when she sees the scars on his leg, when he realizes that she sees the scars, he gets so moody and upset by it. And he's like, do you see me differently now? And then she asks him like how tall he was before, and he tells her, and he like crouches down to what that height.
Oh my god.
That scene, I'm sorry, that was funny. Like, it was like a serious scene in the movie, and I was in a movie theater with people that were like taking it seriously, and I literally was like, this can't be serious. Like, this can't be real. I genuinely, if I was in that situation in real life, I would start laughing. Because one, it's like, I don't care. The surgery has already happened. Like, I think it's a little weird. I'm a little scared for your bone density, but I don't think I would really care that much, especially if you had already done it. But you don't need to crouch down at that point. I didn't need to see that.
I also feel like that was supposed to be funny, and people are just taking this movie a little bit too seriously. Because I was dying too when I saw that.
Hold
part.
on, you think the movie was supposed to be satire?
They've been saying it's satire.
I don't think it was satire.
I don't think it was well done satire.
I don't think it was satire at all. I feel like it's giving that they noticed that people didn't like it.
And they're calling it
satire.
Exactly. That's exactly what I think too. But no, like, I've looked it up and people are like, oh, this romantic comedy satire. I'm like, oh, was I supposed to be laughing the whole time?
I didn't laugh. I didn't think it was funny.
I didn't think it was that funny.
I thought it was just sort of supposed to be like a commentary on dating.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had comments to make. It definitely felt like a sociology class in which person who didn't do the reading just says some shit and you're like, okay, so you looked at Spark Notes. Like, I will say the ideas the movie brought up were incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
But if you ever wanted the movie to be good, you would not have friggin' hired Dakota Johnson. That pissed me off. Because I'm sorry.
We're breaking there.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, if you were Dakota Johnson's character, would you pick the rich man that you don't actually have an emotional connection to, or the broke man who you do have an emotional connection to?
I would probably pick the rich man.
I love your honesty.
For this.
Okay, tell me.
I used to think that everyone had like one soulmate in life, but I just don't think that can be true. I think there's varying degrees to which you could be like a person's your person, you know, which allows us to feel so many things with different people. In this case with this girl, it's one thing if Chris Evans was like, you know, just getting by, but this man was not. And he wasn't like an actor who tried a bunch of different things and he just wasn't getting stuff and it was unfair. This man wasn't even trying to get all these different roles. He was working again in community theater and doing catering on the side. Sir, you're in your mid-30s. when are we gonna start looking at insurance commercials to get residuals? Did you even look for any residual paying jobs? Did you look for anything that can get you into a union? Anything?
My mom said something very interesting. She's, because I watched a movie with my mom because I wanted to get her takes on it too. You know, I'm just always curious. And she said that, you know, if someone really loves you and cares about you, then if someone really loves you, then they'll care about you. And if they care about you, then they'll want to be responsible in order to care, you know, in order to care for you, care about you. And so if they are not choosing to be responsible in their life, then that really means that they don't love and care for you or really respect you. And maybe that also means they don't love and care and respect themselves. And if you don't feel that way about yourself, then how can you love somebody else? But basically saying that, you know, if you have someone that isn't going to take the responsibility to care for themselves and another person, then how much can they really love you? And I was like, that's very insightful, Mom. Thank you.
That's really real. They should have put that in the movie.
But I think I would end up picking Chris Evans' character, the broke person, with the
We can't even remember their names.
John. His name was John. They had very like average names.
Generic
I don't
names.
remember Dakota Johnson's character's name because I just refer to her as Dakota Johnson. But I would go with the poor man with the emotional connection, because I do feel like at the end of the day, you could be with a really rich person, when you're in a relationship, but you can feel more alone than if you were just single.
I can see that.
And I feel like,
I think you would have been open to an open relationship.
I don't know, men are crazy.
And at least she would have had money.
I feel like
in the movie she quit her job.
Yeah, that made no sense to me.
Now I'm like, dang, well now you double broke.
I feel like, yeah, and at the end of the day, like, again, if the person I was with was just like outwardly refusing to want to take up any responsibility, refusing to do the commercial bare minimum stuff, then it's like, okay, you don't care about me enough to do that. That's a whole different story. But if they are, then yeah, I would rather be in that situation, because at least I'm with somebody that really does love me and care about me, and I wouldn't feel so like alone. Like, I feel like it's a really lonely feeling to be in a relationship and still feel alone. It's like a worse feeling than just being single and feeling alone.
That's true. But New York City is expensive, so.
But overall, The Materialist, you gave it a 1 out of 5?
I gave it a 1.5/2 out of 5.
I would give it a 2.5 out of 5.
It's not very good either.
It's very mid.
It's very disappointing for Celine's song. But, go see it and make your own opinions.
Yeah.
And let us know below, please, because I'm really curious.
Okay, well, speaking of love, the last thing we wanted to talk about is we went to a wedding.
We did.
Yesterday.
Last night. This time yesterday.
It was our first time going to a wedding together, which was cute. It was our first time our friend group got all like dressed up and
dolled up and stuff. Well, like the third time after Barristers 2 years in a row.
No, but not everybody was there.
Oh yeah, that's true. Not everyone. That's true.
Yeah, so it was cute. It was a cute time. It was also like a kind of a little bit of a reunion for some of us, because it was a lot of our friends from law school that we haven't seen in a minute.
Yeah.
So it was cute. It was a really fun time.
It was really nice. We were there for the groom, who's one of our friends from law school.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it was open bar, which was fantastic. Cocktail hour. I didn't realize it was cocktail hour. I mean, they said it was cocktail hour, but there was so much food. I was like, if this is dinner, I'm fantastic. Wasn't even dinner. Dinner was bomb. Open bar at the dinner was bomb. Dance floor music was 10 out of 10. Dessert 10 out of 10.
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini 10 out of 10.
Espresso martini's on tap.
Yes.
Oh my god! And let me tell you, so
with the beans. With the beans on top.
So I'm Pakistani, as I said before. And as a Pakistani person, you go to weddings your whole life. Like that's part of being Pakistani. Is just like going to multiple weddings in a year. You don't even know these people, but you're going to their wedding. But they're always dry weddings. I've never been to a wedding where there was alcohol served, so it was really fun for me. I was like, oh my god, people are getting drunk. And nobody got super messy, which is good for the bride and groom.
Yeah, it was mostly adults. So
yeah, everybody was like you
adults.
know, keeping it cute, which is nice. Which is nice. I feel like you hear stories all the time about people getting too drunk at weddings.
Yeah, I've been to weddings when it's happening. It's crazy.
Really, you have? What happens?
People just like, because there's like shots and people just drink a lot, or like if there's a wedding where people bring like their own punch. Don't do it. Don't ever have. I mean, I plan to have punch at my wedding, but if you ever go to like, let's say, a Caribbean wedding and you see rum punch there, just know, do not have more than 2 cups of that thing.
Oh shit!
It's it's full of rum and probably some other alcohol you've never drank in your life.
Oh my god.
That's it.
But it was fun. It was fun to even for there just to be a bar in general was so crazy to me. It was fun. I was also just first time I've experienced a wedding that wasn't a Pakistani wedding. So it was first time there was like the please rise for the bride situation and like an officiant and I do moment. Like I've never seen that before. It was cute.
Only on TV.
Literally, I felt like I was watching a movie.
Wow.
It's crazy. My 27
for me.
My 27 years of life, I'd never seen it. I was like, this is what it's like.
But it was pretty fun. It was a really cool wedding. It was very cute. The bridesmaids were all coordinated. They had the same color on but different fits, and I love when people do that. Yeah. There's different like styles and stuff.
Yeah. I really have been liking the trend of like bridesmaids wearing different dresses, but they're all like in the same family and some sort.
I love that
color scheme. I really like that. I think that's cute. You know, in Pakistani wedding culture, we don't do bridesmaids.
Honestly, that's for the best.
It is because it would cause
so much more like,
fights.
family focused, not like
your family will like walk with you. And honestly, like a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have like literally like every like girl walk there. So like low key you walk
attending the wedding.
Yeah.
Every female attending.
Yeah. Like young girl.
Non-binary people.
Well, if you want to have a fun moment, you can come through. I don't know.
You just gotta ask for the non-binaries watching who might be going to a Pakistani wedding anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking notes.
You know, that's your choice. If you wanna join, if you wanna sit, whatever you want. But yeah, it's funny because you will low key walk into a room that's like feels a little empty because everybody's walking in with you. Yeah. But it's cute. You know, it's nice because I feel like if Pakistani people did bridesmaids and stuff, there would be fights. There would be real fights. There would be fights to the point where you just like, if you didn't ask someone to be your bridesmaid, they just wouldn't want to come to your wedding. It would get that serious. Yeah. And so I think our culture decided a long time ago that this wasn't for us.
I mean, that's what I always think about whenever I'm like thinking about when I would get married. I'm like, I feel like I have so many female friends. I don't give a fuck about the men. Sorry. If you're one of my male friends, unless you're like my brother, you're not going to be in the groom's party for me. But I have so many female friends. And I'm like, damn, some of y'all are just not going to get put on that list. And you might have to be okay with it. Sorry.
Can I be honest? I feel like it's a little crazy looking when I see weddings where there's literally like 15 people like on either side. It's kind of crazy looking to me. Like it makes this is so terrible to say, but it makes the pictures afterwards look kind of crowded. Like I feel like wouldn't you rather the picture like the composite? Yeah. Wouldn't you rather the picture just be of like you and your groom up there? I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like I would pick like maybe like actually, here's my ideal for a wedding. I would love to have, like, family and, like, very close friends on, like, one day for, like, the whole ceremony, like, the religious stuff because I'm Catholic. And, like, dinner, reception, you know, like, the conventional wedding. And then one day with, like, chosen friends and family. So, like, people who are like, I didn't get to go to the chosen thing. Well, guess what? You're going to the more fun thing. And it's going to be at a nice, fun place. All we're doing is dancing. open bar, no kids. If you have kids and you need to bring them, you go to the first one. Don't bring the second one, because it's gonna be open bar. Another room for illegal activities, and that's it. You know, it'll be a fun time. Maybe like even like a rent out an Airbnb somewhere, like a big cabin. Everyone goes up there and parties.
I love that.
Because I want it to be fun.
Well, I feel like that's kind of what the wedding we went to yesterday was.
Yeah.
Like, they had like multiple days of like stuff happening, and the last day was like
Big
the
party,
party
like,
day.
conventional, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, it was cute, and I felt like it was a good idea. I feel like it makes everybody feel included, but also allows you to have intimate moments.
Yeah. With
That's
family
cute.
and things, yeah.
Had a great time at the wedding. Unfortunately, there was no prospects, which is sad.
That's okay though. It was just her first one, you know.
Yeah, catch me at the next one though.
Yeah. When's our next friend getting married? Next winter.
Well, who knows? Okay.
Yeah, would someone like to elope, please, and have a party after?
And invite their cute friends, and then let me come. Cute single
Yes.
friends. Okay. So, okay, we're at the end of our episode.
We are.
So-
We know what it's time for.
It's time to have a shade of the day.
What's yours? I feel like I went first last time.
My shade of the day is vote blue period, because there's a lot of people
Oh my God.
there's a lot of people who would be saying vote blue no matter who, when it was people that I did not want to vote for, but I did it. And now the time has come for y'all to back up what you're saying. It's time to vote blue no matter who. Blue. That's the shade I'm putting on today.
Nice. Mine is gonna be, I think, Dyke March Mauve. I've been really obsessed with that color lately.
Mauve.
I also am like thinking about, you know, that nail polish brand Opie?
Yeah,
You know how
OPI.
is that how you say it? You know how they have like those random, I don't know if it's them or another company, but someone has these random like went to the coffee shop, sat at a table, like colors, it'll be like sat at a table purple. That's how I'm feeling with that.
I love that.
Went to Dyke March Mauve.
Mauve. Period.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, watching. Please, if you liked it, rate us 5 stars, like it,
Yes, we love our
subscribe.
haters. Don't forget, this is a very loving episode. We'll be back with some more hater stuff next week.
Yeah.
Don't
We'll
worry.
get into the hatred next week, but we had to lighten it up a little. But thank you so much. Please subscribe and follow wherever you watch this, and you can find us anywhere you can find a podcast. You can follow us on our social media. You can follow us on the podcast social media that I've put here. I've put it here because I have learned how to do it, because I believe in myself.
Women in STEM. Women in male-dominated fields. Exactly. Women dominating male-dominated fields. I like that better.
True. Bye!
Bye.